How's it going? So there is a very, very big problem. You should stop playing League of Legends as soon as possible. All right, because I did a bit of research into how do companies create addiction. So one of them is from here, like a creation of free-to-play addictive games. Right. The goal of a free-to-play game is to get as many players as possible addicted. Okay, you have to understand the purpose of everything in League of Legends is to get you addicted to the game. So the reason why you're playing is you are addicted. That's it. If you don't believe me, try to not play League of Legends for 7 days. Best of luck to you. All right. Now, here's a big problem. The biological processes can lead to long-term or permanent changes in the brain that require extensive behavior and medical treatment to reverse. So there are some people who committed suicides as a result of playing computer games. So I'm saying that there is a long-term threat of you being unable to do anything other than play the game, right? Because the dopamine release, like this article is pretty good. It's Mayo Clinic, healthsystem.org. Are video games and screens another addiction, right? And they do research into this. Dopamine is powerful. It helps sustain interest and attention, which is why it can be so hard for anyone to tear themselves away from a video game or interesting post on Facebook. It is self-reinforcing. The more interest we experience, the more dopamine is released, and the more attention we direct to the task at hand. These biological processes can lead to long-term or permanent changes in the brain that require extensive behavioral and medical treatments to reverse. Okay, so just be on the lookout for this. There is long term, right? There is long term danger. So that's what I'm saying is the first step I think is to get out of. Also, you have that article, engagement optimized matchmaking, right? You have this article. This is Harvard. They did the research into how matchmaking does not actually balance the teams. It forces engagement and addiction. That's why the games are so uneven and they mess around with your psychology. And they do that on purpose. That's to get you addicted. Okay? So the first step is to get out of the matchmaking system, right? So so that's why I'm suggesting play one-on-one or play normal blind pick games. I noticed that when you play just normal blind pick games, um, you don't have that like raging weird feeling of just like oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, next, now. It's like you know the feeling I'm talking about. You will experience this feeling. Try to quit League for one day, right? Like I'm talking about deinstall the game. Like deinstall. Like right now the game is not even on my computer. Like for the 2 days I don't have League of Legends right now, right? But and then try to have a thought of installing it and then actually start going through the process of installing it, and you will have this massive like urge, and like even your whole body is gonna start shake. Well, not like physically, but I mean emotionally you're gonna be like, oh, come on, install quickly, right? So I'm just saying, Riot is very good, right? Very good at getting you addicted. So they, like, if you read through article, right, like casino games, you realize that they used every single trick possible. Every single trick possible. So saying that they are going to like this is false. If you go here, um, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was complaining about this, because this is false advertising. Look, Creating fair matches is one of League of Legends top priorities. That is not what their priority is. Their priority is to get you addicted. Okay? So when they say, "Oh, we're trying to get you to balance," no, they don't. If you look at engagement optimized matchmaking, controlling the win rate is one of the things they will do. If you don't believe me, okay, creating fair matches is one of League of Legends top priorities. Correct? Correct. Okay. Faker, lol. Okay. Greatest of all time player. True? Okay. If you Google greatest lol player of all time, Faker would be number one. Well, number 10 is Uzi. Okay. Let's go to the bottom. So number one is Faker. Okay. Undisputably, he's like, it's either him or Dopa are number one, right? Now, if you look at his win rate, like think about it, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. Faker, OPGG. That's his account. Hide in the bush, right? Win rate 52%. How can greatest of all time player have a 52% win rate? 45 on his main champion. Look, like um how do I by win rate? Yeah, I can do it by win rate. Okay. 86 on Cassiopeia, alright. 70 on Leona. But let's look at like I think like when you get 100%, you probably like specifically pick. Like for example, if you see full AD, you pick Nasus. I mean, it's normally a free win, like honestly. So let's look at games played. I think right. No, but that's by win rate. Anyway, it doesn't matter, right? Most played Lucian, 45% win rate. Syndra, second most played, 124, 53% win rate, right? What the hell is this? So if the system was balanced, surely this guy would have had like 90% win rate. Because how can he lose? He's the greatest of all time. But which means it's not balanced. How can he lose? The only way he can lose is if we put cheaters on his team. Right? That's the only way to do it. Now, okay, the second point. To matchmaking fair, each team has 50% probability chance of winning. All right? So 50% chance of winning. So how do you climb then? So if you take Faker and you put cheaters on his team, bots, right? Even I can beat him against bots. How is he going to climb up? So that's what I'm saying. Is like the system can make the GOAT look average because 52 is an average win rate. So outside of the system, he's the GOAT. multiple championships, considered the best of all time. In the system, he's average guy with a standard win rate of 52%. Nothing special, right? So if you think that you're gonna play and get to the skill level where your win rate is gonna be 80%, I have some very very bad news for you. Very very bad news for you. All right, so I'm saying you need to kind of stop playing the game as fast as possible. Otherwise, you might run into this medical treatment to reverse. Okay? So the first step is stop the ranked, play one-on-ones or play normals. And then gradually try to replace. I also try to maybe replace because you will carve the dopamine. So you need to replace it with something like, I don't know, fruits or candy, or I personally like coffee, decaf. I just drink a lot of decaf coffee, right? You can try sucralose, I think it's called. It's like a sugar, but only has no calories in it. But it's pretty good for dopamine release. It's very sweet. It's like 600 times sweeter than sugar. So if you take 1 spoon of sugar, if you take 1 spoon of sucralose, it's like, to your brain, it's like taking 600 spoons of sugar. And it does feel like that. You just get this massive surge. But the problem with that is it messes up your metabolism a little bit. So it might make you overweight, right? Because it's, yeah, so just experiment with stuff, right? I'm just saying that try maybe sucralose if it doesn't work, but be careful with sucralose, right? So because it's at the end of the day, it's a chemical, all right? So try to quit. All right, take care.